Hello everybody, can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. And we shall begin.
Hello.
Alright, so it seems like we're working out alright. Everything seems to be going well. I got Arthur on the line with me here. It's always very helpful for me. My partner, compadre, amigo, all those good things. So if you guys notice, that handsome guy on the board is me, yours truly. You guys don't see the image of me very much because I am a humble person, as you guys know. Arthur may disagree, but I think I am. And next to you see the word Agent School. So you may notice that we're on a different channel here because Arthur and I are starting something new and amazing for everybody. What we are doing is we decided to separate the things to help you guys become a successful new agent from the exam prep stuff. So this is the first thing we're doing on this channel. Welcome to the inaugural video. I hope you guys will enjoy it. But we're going to put everything regarding getting you guys going as a new agent and becoming successful on this channel to create a separation so there's no confusion. Because obviously, guys, we would talk about things about becoming a new agent. People would ask me, like, what's real property? I'd be like, we're talking about finding a broker. But how big is an acre? You know, that kind of stuff. You guys get the idea. So we're truly trying to separate things. We talk about soliciting business or increasing your sphere of influence, or Cynthia or Stu would talk about stuff. And people would ask questions like, is there any math in my exam? You know, that kind of stuff. You guys get the idea. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, all right? We're not charging anything for this. It's all free. We're just trying to separate things to make it more clear because it was just getting too blurred. You guys agree? Have you guys been on any of my videos where I try to talk about professional stuff and people always interrupt? You see it on Instagram when I do the Instagram live videos or different type of formats. So look for Agent School. We did get the domain agentschool.com. Arthur's going to put up a new website. Don't look at the one now. But it's pretty amazing that Arthur got that domain name, right, guys? Agent School. On Instagram, you can follow me at Joe Juter. I'm going to kind of put stuff up there to help with this new thing we're doing. All right? Anybody have any questions? I think I'm ready to go. Yeah, make sure you subscribe. Arthur, am I missing anything? Arthur will let me know if I'm missing anything about this, what we're trying to do. He's on the chat, so I'm sure he'll let me know. But if not, rock and roll. Okay? So I hope you guys like it. I know there's a lot of people who know a lot. We're going to interview people. But hopefully you like my personality, you like the way I do things, so we'll share what we know. Maybe people know more than us, but they don't have the bond we do. Okay, so today I'm talking about social media. We're going to talk about some basic things you guys should be doing. And I'm going to use my board up here to kind of talk about it. So my first question to you guys is, let me get rid of that awesome picture. Do you need a real estate license to talk about real estate? What do you guys think? Do you need a real estate license to talk about real estate? No. Do you need a real estate license to take pictures of real estate? Do you need a real estate license to take pictures of real estate? No. So when people ask me, can I start my Instagram or my Facebook, okay, when I don't have my real estate license, they don't think about this basic question you guys just answered. Of course you can. You can start. When you go on vacation, you take pictures of the beautiful structures, when you take a vacation to Italy or South America or wherever you go, you're taking pictures of real estate, right, guys? If you take a nice vacation to Boston where they have beautiful buildings or wherever it is you like to go, okay, you take pictures of real estate, you talk about real estate, you show pictures of it, you show pictures of the community. So my point is, you should start building your social media and your expertise as somebody who loves real estate right now, whether you passed or not, okay? Here's what I don't want to happen to you guys. Are you ready? Are you ready? You do not want to pass and then realize that you have to spend 3 months to do things you could have been doing while you were studying. Maybe I didn't need to write that down, but still makes the point a lot better, right? Okay. Is that a great point or what? You don't want to pass your exam and then say to yourself, okay, now I got to set up my Instagram, set up my Facebook page, set up, call people my sphere of influence and all that kind of stuff, right? You're going to be so annoyed because the goal is not pass your exam. The goal is sell real estate. So you may find somebody who passed their exam immediately, but they're spending 5 months setting up stuff they could have done, okay? This idea that you're going to sell real estate the moment you pass is crazy unless, and I'll say it one more time, I'll even write it down, unless you build your marketing before, okay? You build your marketing before. So have I sold you guys? I'm starting to think like a business person now, whether you've passed or not. Give me a yes if I have. If I haven't, then beat it. No, don't beat it. Just stick around. I'll get more persuasive as we go on. Okay? Have I sold you guys that you guys should be thinking about your business now? I know you're studying for your exam. Give it 10 minutes a day. It's not the end of the world. It should be fun. All right, so let's get going. First thing you guys need to do is your sphere of influence. Who's heard of your sphere of influence? Anybody? What is the sphere of influence? If you watch any real estate video, any of them who give that generic information, you're going to hear this word, sphere of influence. People in real estate love this word. You guys will learn as you practice real estate, people love to make basic things sound fancy. All right? They love to make basic things sound fancy. And one of those things is sphere of influence. There's another word for sphere of influence. The people you know. It just doesn't sound fancy to say the people you know. So let's say the sphere of influence. Okay? Like you'll hear words like farming your community and sphere of influence. It's just, you don't need to sound super fancy. It's your sphere of influence. Sphere of influence is the people that you know. You contact everybody you know. How will you guys contact everybody you know? Have you guys ever met a real estate agent? They talk about real estate and you're like, you're not that fancy. They try and sound super fancy and you're like, listen, I'm studying for this exam that you passed. It's not like you went to law school. Relax. Okay, so contact everyone you know. How would you contact everyone you know? Text messages. You go through your text messages, right? And you start sending everybody a text. Hey, it's me. What's up? How's it going? How you doing? What's going on, people? Phone calls. You call people. You go through your contacts. You call everybody on your list. This is an exercise you absolutely should do. You go through your contacts on your phone. You call them. If you don't want to talk to them, delete them from your contacts. Your emails. You go through the emails. Write a friendly email to everybody. Okay? And the biggest one, which all the dinosaurs in real estate won't do, all these people are still reading marketing books from 1982, of which there are many. The biggest one is social media. Social media. Now, when you call somebody they haven't spoken to for 10 years, how's that going to go? Are you going to be like, hey, what's up? I haven't spoken to you for 10 years, but I passed my real estate exam. You want to sell your house with me? What? Yeah, how's the kids? Yeah, I guess. Whatever. All right? You're not going to do that. That'll be awkward, right? You can't just come out with that. Many real estate agents do, and it's super weird when they do. Do you guys agree or not? You kind of have to be able to build some rapport, build some familiarity. You guys agree? Yes? For example, I had a friend who's a lawyer, a very good lawyer, very powerful lawyer. I haven't spoken to him about 10 years, okay? We kind of lost touch, and I needed some legal help. I wanted to call him, but I knew it'd be weird if you're like, hey, haven't spoken to you. Can you help me? He'd be like, oh, he's just calling me because he wants me to help him out. So what did I do? I had 2 or 3 calls first. I said, how's the kids? How's the wife? What's going on? How you doing? You know, talking about fun stuff, reconnecting. Then the 3rd call, I was able to talk about the legal help me with. He helped me. It was great. And when it was all said and done, we reconnected as friends. So although I originally thought of him for that legal help, we actually reconnected and we still talk to this day. So this is a great excuse to reconnect with people you never should have lost touch with. Get out of your head. You're just calling them to make a sale. If these are good people that you knew in your life, why not reconnect with them? Right, everybody? Yes or no? I mean, the best thing you can have in your life is quality people. Get rid of the bad people and keep in touch with the good people. Agreed or not? So, like I said, I don't want it to sound like you're just calling to sell. Actually have the intention of, take an interest in their lives. Say, what's up? How's it going? Okay, but here's my point. That could take a lot of time to do that with everybody. You can't go down your whole phone list and ask everybody how's their kids and did they watch the game last weekend. This is when social media comes in, and this is the topic of the evening. All right, so it's all great, sending these text messages, phone calls, and emails. But with social media, you guys can create a kind of feeling that you're in touch with people without actually calling them. And a lot of people, 10, 20, 100,000, 10,000, 20,000. A lot of people can get the feeling like they know you and they're familiar with you, all right, without you having to make all these calls all the time. For example, I have a friend, had a kid. Her kid was on TV. He's an actor. I see her post about him all the time, and I wrote to her, and I was like, hey, I saw your kid. It was great. And she was like, thanks. I realized I haven't spoken to her ages before, but I felt like I knew her because she posts all the time about it. Because obviously she's trying to get her actor kid some attention. Judge that for another day. Different conversation, different time. So my question to you guys is, so your sphere of influence, building your social media will make your first contact less awkward. Everybody take note of this. Everybody taking note of that? Building your social media will make your first contact less awkward. That creates a feeling of familiarity. Agreed or don't agree? Jessica Munoz. Ask that question again in a second. It's an excellent question. I love that question. Okay? For example, here's a question for you guys. How many of you feel like you know me? How many of you guys feel like you know me? Like, if you ran into me at Starbucks, you'd be like, what's up, Joe? It's me. You remember I was on your chat? Don't you know? All right? If you feel like you know me, you're right. I feel like it. I feel like I know you. I want to see the full sentence. I feel like I know you. Some of you guys may even say, as you were studying, you heard me in your head. As you were studying, I get that comment a lot. As you're studying, you hear me in your head. You hear my voice as you're reading the material, doing the questions, things of that nature. All right, Jennifer says she feels like she knows Cynthia as well, and possibly Stu and Adrian. Now, not to shock you, but we've never actually met. Okay, well, Arthur and I have. All right, but the rest of us never have actually met, and this makes my point, and hopefully that makes my point really, really well. Think about how you guys are familiar with my song, the ORE song. You're familiar with my jokes. You're familiar with my personality, where we never met, but if we did meet, you'd kind of have a vibe for who I am. So that first interaction would be very easy. And imagine if we had met 10 years ago, it would be even easier. So do you guys get my point? Does that make the point really well? Right? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, hopefully that makes the point really well. It created some sense of familiarity. Familiarity. Okay, so I believe Jessica Munoz asked an excellent question. All right, I was gonna talk about it later, but you know what? I'm just gonna jump on it right now. Do not use your personal profiles for business. Everybody got that? Everybody see this? Do not use your personal profiles for business. I was going to get into this later, but Jessica asked it, and I think it's a really important point. You never want to do this. First off, there's a safety issue, okay? You should be able to post pictures of your kids, your vacation, whatever you want to close friends and family without worrying. And you can make those private, and you can share it with just the people you want to share it with, friends and family. Your business profiles to the world. The whole point is to bring strangers to you so you could do business, okay? So you want to be selective. In your personal profile, you could talk politics, you could talk about your family, you could talk about what ugly shirt somebody was wearing the other day. You could say whatever you want, have at it. But in your business profile, if you're talking about politics, family, or that, it's for a calculated reason, part of a strategy that's good for your business. It's not just casually done. Okay? Everybody got that? My hat. That's right, Calvin. My hat. You're setting your business profile and, different things of that nature. There's a lot of other reasons. Like there's certain functionalities on the business pages with Instagram and Facebook that you do not have your personal one as well. We'll get into that in a little bit. So it's not just a safety issue or a branding thing. It also has to do with functionalities that the different social media platforms offer, business profiles versus personal profiles. All right, but first and foremost, I can't say enough, keep them separate. All right, we talked about sphere of influence. Okay, no matter what profile you're going to use, you're going to have to create content. What kind of content are we talking about? Images. Elizabeth says, what if you're some sort of influencer? Even they have separate profiles. So if you think about super famous people like The Rock, I guarantee you, he has The Rock public profiles, and he has another profile just for his friends and family. All right, so even if you're an influencer, there's still things you want to say publicly and certain things you don't. Those people like The Rock and all those guys, they may say things about their personal life, but it's strategically done, I assure you. Okay, their agent probably told them, listen, you got to make a little more of a connection. That video with your kid was really cute. Post that. But they're not posting when they had an argument or some other stuff. I guarantee you they have another thing, probably another pseudonym that's more private. If they don't, they should. Okay, so you got images. You have short descriptions that can be used for comments or picture description. Long description can be used for email campaigns or reply. You guys could take these pictures, you could write out these things, and you store them someplace. I'm sure Arthur could recommend a lot of good ways, but a very simple one many are familiar with is Google Drive. You could store images. And what we're talking about is something called evergreen content. Who's ever heard that word before? Evergreen content. Anybody ever heard that term evergreen content before? Who's heard that? Shahana says, LinkedIn's always professional. It's true, Shahana. Okay. You guys ever heard of evergreen content? So if you never heard of it, evergreen content, and a lot of people have not heard of it, so let me explain. Evergreen content is content that it can apply no matter what day, month, or year it is. For example, if I make a post that says, "Don't worry, be happy," like that famous song, I think it was from the early 80s, "Don't worry, be happy, do, 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 do. Don't worry, be happy now." Everybody know that song? That song is applicable in the 80s, the 90s, and now. It's not time specific. Does everybody got that? So if you did a post that said, "Don't worry, be happy," it's not Bob Marley. I guarantee you it's not Bob Marley. Whoever wrote that was Bob Marley. So that post could apply no matter what time it is. So you store that post in Google Drive, and every few months you could use it. You could use it over and over again, or you could just not use it and plan it, for a long time from now. But if you post something about like the coronavirus, which is going on now, thank you, Bobby McFerrin. Thank you, Arthur. Then that's not evergreen content. Because if you say the coronavirus is terrible, I hate being locked in my house, that's not going to apply 5 years from now. At least it better not, right? Okay? Everybody got that? That's not evergreen content. So you want to create a database for evergreen content. Comments, pictures, descriptions that can be used for email campaigns. Basically, this kind of treasure trove of things you could pull from. And you leave it there and you use it. Everybody got it? Right? Got it if you got it. Right? Got it. Say, "I got it. I got it." Right? I got it. Okay, so you guys should be doing that now. If you see a really pretty picture of a house or a park or the beach, depending where you live, take that picture, save it somewhere, and you could use it later. If you have a really good thought, like a good inspiration, like if somebody says something like, "Don't worry about the future, the present is where it's at." You're like, "Oh, that's good." That's not good. Don't use it. It's terrible. But you get the idea. If they say something that really strikes you, or you see a quote in a movie, write it down. So then in 2 weeks from now or 2 months from now, when you need something, you're not trying to think of it. It's there. You guys think that's a good idea or not? Good idea or bad idea? I think it's a good idea. Frankly, the real question should be, is it a good idea or a great idea? That's the question. So some content you guys could pull while you're studying. You guys may find certain facts as you're studying that you may want to use and post later, like maybe how big is an acre, about fair housing acts, or steering, or exclusive listings, because you want to sound smart. So you want to kind of share certain information that maybe you're learning a little bit later. So as you're studying, if you see stuff, you're like, "You know what? That could make me sound pretty smart. I'm into it." That song's going to be in my head forever. Let's talk a little Instagram. What do you guys think? You want to talk a little Instagram? You are welcome for sharing these tips. Do you guys like what we're doing? Do you like what Arthur and I have in mind? Should we keep doing this? You like how this direction of this channel, how it's going to go? And we got some great things planned. Will you guys tell your friends? I don't know why not. We're not charging you. So tell everybody to share, join, celebrate, and we're all going to be awesome together. So let's talk a little Instagram. Instagram, like I said, create a business page. Okay? Pick a theme. What I mean is a theme of design, like this. You guys see this? This Instagram looks pretty cool, these pictures, right? May not be the most applicable theme to you for your real estate career, but you can see that there's a theme with whoever designed this, and it looks like they knew what they were doing, right? I'm assuming it's part of some art or something of that nature. Cynthia says, "Joe, before you check out of here, need to get how to subscribe, please." Arthur, can you help me with that? Cynthia asks how to subscribe. I think you should subscribe to the channel you're on right now. Right, Arthur? Correct me if I'm wrong. So you see they use orange and black and they're creative. You don't have to be like that, but you get my point. They use colors, they have certain things. I don't know if this applies the best for real estate, Maybe it will, depending on what you want to do. But you get the idea. There's a theme. Okay? Do not post highly personal information. Like we spoke about, plan out your post. You could only plan out the post if you create the content. Right, guys? You could only plan out the post if you have posts to be planned out. All right? Everybody see that? So plan out your posts. Okay? And you could do that if you have the content. I'll explain how to plan them out and schedule them in a little bit. If you're not good at designing posts, you can use Canva or something similar. Who here knows what Canva is? Do you guys know what Canva is? Who here knows what Canva is? You says yours is blue and yellow, I think. So ours is actually 2 shades of blue, gray, and white. So if you look at the Prep Agent Instagram page, we actually do follow a theme. Okay? Hey, Arthur, can you put a link to the Prep Agent Instagram page? And if you guys check that out, you'll see we actually do have a theme. Maybe it could be done a little better, but you get there's an attempt to look somewhat professional. So Canva is a template system where you just kind of put in words, pick a design, you have these beautiful posts pre-done for you. It's not the most original stuff in the world, but it looks clean and professional. And if you're not a very talented artist, then the pre-done templates will work fine. Okay? Bernadette Van Dunk says she used Canva in the past, so you guys should definitely check that out. When you plan your post, you should mix it between 5 different categories, and you guys could, change this, but as a real estate person, these 5 categories I think are really good. Write this down, everybody. Write it down. Community, pictures of your community. That could be a park, the high school, things of that nature. Property, it's obviously buildings and homes in your area. You are selling real estate. Sales, when I say sales, that is you selling yourself, is what I mean by that. It's when you say, use me, I'm the best agent out there, I kick butt, I could get deals done. That's your chance to do something really forward and really kind of just, sells how talented you are. Personal, that's something to create that connection with people. Give me an example of a personal post. Why don't you guys give me an example of a personal post that would be appropriate for your business page? What do you guys think? Vanessa says, not to get off topic, should we look into taking professional photos ourselves? You could take some, but don't depend on that. The iPhones have great cameras these days, and obviously you want things that are more natural. And those professional ones, are you smiling like in your elementary school photo? So it's not always so natural. So example of personal ones, holiday wishes, sharing your favorite coffee spot, pictures of a hike, dinner at a local winery, enjoying time at the beach. Excellent. These are all great examples. Like if you like to surf, it's showing like who you are. Like if you like to play lacrosse, or you like to surf, or you like to play basketball, or maybe you're into art. Something a little about you. I don't necessarily mean like disclosing if your kid has acne or things of that nature. Or if you hate your boyfriend or girlfriend. I'm talking about things that just show a little bit about what you care about, things like that. So Jennifer says, mine would be animals and landscaping. Perfect. And the last but not least, inspirational, of which I spelt wrong. Sorry, Arthur. Correct that spelling. He's always on me about my spelling. With good reason. Not good at it. Inspirational. If you guys look at the Prep Agent post, and I recommend you do this, okay? The link Arthur gave you. The ones that get the most likes are the ones that are inspirational. Sometimes they can be difficult to write. It feels awkward, especially if you're a humble person. It feels really weird. telling people that you could do it when if that's just not your personality. Some people just inspire by example, inspired by living a good life, and inspired by the actions they do. But unfortunately, you can't convey that on Instagram. Instagram, you actually got to say stuff and put yourself out there. But if you guys look at it, there's a lot of likes and a lot of shares with our inspirational quotes, okay? Why do we do 5 different categories? Because think about it, if we just did a lot of one, if you did a lot of your community, you'll look like a brochure. If you did a lot of property, it'll look like a wannabe Zillow page. If it just did a lot of sales pitches, it would just be annoying. Nobody would want to listen to you. If you did a lot of personal, well, we discussed that. It's not really business-ish. And if you do a lot of inspirational stuff, you're just one of those annoying people who are just constantly, preaching to everybody. And whenever you listen to those motivational ones, you're just like, ugh, enough. So a good mixture is important. Johanna says, can you give example of community posts? There's a lot of people get good examples before. The park, a new street that's being put in, the school, a nice sunset in your community, things of that nature. Jennifer Deal says, what is not allowed? We cannot get into that tonight. That's a whole nother conversation. But what I will say is just make sure you're not soliciting business. Make sure you're not doing licensed activities. Ella says, what if you mix religious, inspirational stuff? Know your audience. I'll just say that. Know your audience. Okay? Yeah, Brielle says that's touchy. I agree. So what do you think, Brielle? It's good advice. Know your audience. So you know your audience best. Erica says, KW Norman, so I have no idea. That's a finding the broker conversation. And what I say about your brokerage is not about the brokerage. It's about who you're going to be working with. Anyway, let's move on. Facebook. Create your business page. Create your bio. Set up the events page on Facebook so people know where you're going to be, whether you go to open houses or even the local football game. So they know where to find you and they get notifications. Set up reviews, hugely important. You want reviews of how wonderful you are. You don't need to sell a house to get a positive review. Everybody got that? If you help somebody and they're happy with you, they could say that you helped them and you're a great person and you know what you're talking about. Has everybody got that? When you're in real estate, every interaction should have a positive result. Everybody got that? Write that down. Every interaction should have a positive result. So if you're helping somebody and it doesn't result in a listing or a purchase, at minimum, if they're happy with you, you should say, listen, I helped you out and you seem pretty happy. Are you? And if they're like, yeah, it was great. I appreciate it. Would you mind leaving me a review? Everybody will say yes to that. Everybody got that? Everybody's going to say yes. If you go out of your way to help somebody and all you're asking is for them to write a review, then so be it. And they don't have to lie. Tell the truth. They don't have to say you sold them a house. They say, you know what? Melissa helped me understand what a listing is. I'm not listing my house, but she helped me understand. She really knew what she was talking about. And you bet when I want to list my house, I'm going to use Melissa. She went out of her way to help me. So you get the idea. Okay. Join groups. You want to join groups of things you're interested in so you can participate. It's another way of increasing that sphere of influence. Some of you join the Prep Agent Real Estate Exam Study Group or the Prep Agent New Agents Group, which will soon be the Agent School New Agents Group, obviously. And that's a way for you to interact with people, get your name out there by contributing in an intelligent manner to conversations and topics. Doesn't always have to be real estate related. Everybody got that? Does not always have to be real estate related. Frankly, sometimes it's better not to be because every agent under the moon is going to be participating in those. Sometimes it's better to participate in something you're genuinely interested in. For example, if you love surfing, you join a surfing group. You're not participating in business, you genuinely enjoy that conversation. So therefore, you'll be an active participant a lot more, and therefore people will know your name a lot more. You will say that you're in real estate, but you're a surfer at heart, okay? And you love real estate and you help people with that as well, and your name will get out there in that surfing community. Everybody get it? Maybe surfing is not the best example, but you get the idea. You got it? So join groups of things that you are genuinely interested in. Got it? Right? Got it. How many people we got on this today? 113. More than we thought, right, Arthur? Hope we have 113 subscribers when this is done. For scheduling your posts, you want to use Facebook Creator Studio. Have you guys ever heard of Facebook Creator Studio? Facebook Creator Studio will let you manage Instagram and Facebook through your Facebook account. You could schedule the post. So you could schedule it for a week out, 2 weeks out, a month out. So you do it at the beginning of the month. You schedule all the posts with the images, the hashtags, the descriptions, everything. And it also provides easy to read analytics. Remember we talked about planning out the post? That's what Facebook Creator Studio will do. So all you do is go on Facebook, type in Creator Studio, and you will find it there. All right? So was that helpful, guys? So we're going to do a lot of topics. I know we didn't cover everything, but we covered some basic things. I could go in a lot more depth about Instagram, Facebook, creating content, sphere of influence, designs, everything we talked about. We could go into a lot more depth. Excuse me. We could go into a lot more depth and we could cover a lot other topics as well. But this is the path of our new channel. And I really hope you're excited about it. I know Arthur and I are excited about it. And if you guys like it, make sure you subscribe, get other people to subscribe, and we're going to try and talk about this stuff here rather than through our exam prep stuff. So, if you loved it, everybody say, we loved it, I loved having you. So with that being said, the night is done, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening.